It was a happy flight to Houston, thanks in large part to Austin Reeves, who got Saturday's game to overtime in an eventual 127-125 win over the Denver Nuggets. The NBA's all-time leading scorers in the building, LeBron James. And the Lakers look for revenge after a 23-point loss to the Rockets back on Christmas Day. And speaking of scoring, Kevin Durant is 87 points shy of passing Michael Jordan for 5th all-time in NBA history. It's the Lakers and Rockets from the Toyota Center coming up in 1 hour. As we say hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Alec Clifton alongside the two Tar Heels, the Hall of Famer, big game James Worthy, a three-time champ himself, Danny Green. Feeling good about the tournament before we dive into the NBA?
Which tournament? The one
we're
that
feeling.
you won?
I won't say good. We have good feelings, but not great feelings.
That reaction was priceless.
We're just missing our guy, man. We miss. If we had our guy, I'd be like, okay, let's go.
Snake bitten right now, a little wounded, but still by faith, still got belief.
You guys got VCU on Thursday, I was told. Did you even know that?
Our women's team's going. They're okay.
Hey.
They're pretty good.
There you go.
Lady Tar Heels.
I knew some of the things. I was looking more of the bracket, and it didn't look great. So
yeah, I can't say anything. Both of my squads from Toledo, they made it to the championship game in the conference tournament, but got beat. So
they used to be Cinderella. I haven't seen a Cinderella team in a long time.
we might not see many of them with the NIL thing these days. We'll see less and less.
One thing
but
for sure.
I still think we'll see some.
When it comes to college basketball, it is the best time of year. That's upon us. So this is an exciting time for the Lakers. First things first, we take a look at the Western Conference standings ahead of tonight's matchup versus the Rockets. The Lakers are sitting at third at 42-25, just a half a game ahead of the Rockets in the standings, putting some extra emphasis on the next two matchups in Houston, which I feel like we've really been talking about seedings in the West for quite some time now. Big game. And one thing we do know for sure is you got momentum on your side, specifically coming off that 5-game homestand, but also Saturday's big win. You want to keep those vibes rolling.
No doubt. Keep it rolling and also peaking at the right time. You know, end of the season. It just seems like a week or so ago, the Rockets won a big game to take over third spot. And here we are. Lakers are in third spot with their trend, the way they've been playing. Yes, Allie, keep that going. Everybody healthy. That's got to make you feel really good when you look around the locker room and everybody's healthy and the way they've been trending defensively. Marcus Smart has LeBron James diving on the floor at 41 years old.
Yeah. I wouldn't say, man, I don't know if it's Marcus Smart. It might just be LeBron want to do it himself. But yeah, I haven't seen that from LeBron in some time. But looking at the standings again, like Big Game said a week ago, everything was so different. Like Minnesota was number 3, Denver was a lot higher. Now both those groups are down, and you're finally winning some games against teams above 500. So this is the time of year you want to be gelling, playing your best basketball, and of course, you know, taking on those challenges, meeting the tests of beating those teams and playing the teams against above 500 and better energy. So like they're looking good. They continue to trend that way. Austin Reeves is getting his little rhythm back now, so it's good to see that. So yeah, you just want to continue to try to keep that going and keep everybody healthy in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season.
So obviously,
No, I was going to tell Dan to talk about 8. Just talk about 8.
Yeah, he's been great, man, and I think he's going to be a focal point. I'm really looking at, as I'm looking at the standings, I really want to see that rematch of Lakers-Minnesota and then him show what he's capable of. And kind of, obviously, the biggest problem was rebounding and Rudy Gobert. So that would be a really good matchup for him to show how valuable it is to this group.
I thought you were going to say the matchup between him and Clint Capella that we got on our hands. We'll talk about that later.
That would be a good one, too.
We'll talk about that. And Şengün, I have just been told, is out for this evening, so it makes things look a little bit different. So specific to these two in Houston, obviously you take care of the one that's in front of you. Just mentioning that they aced the test, the 5-game homestand. They went 5-0. Not to mention 3 of those 5 came versus teams above 500. So now when you look at this matchup with the Rockets, what's that mindset look like, Big Game?
Well, with Şengün out, I mean, that's a big plus for the Lakers, but you don't want to take that for granted. Durant, these guys have guys that can get the job done. So you don't want to take a wounded cat, for granted, because anytime Durant's on the floor, it's possible. But if the Lakers, what they need to do, once they've achieved their short-term goal. Now is to continue it and don't have a letdown.
First and foremost, I want to say bravo. Like, that's great. 5-0 is unbelievable. But get greedy. Don't get satisfied. You know, this is the time where you're not worried about the other team. You're worried about yourself. You want to continue to get better. So don't look at the roster and who's out. Obviously, you haven't played this team since Christmas, so it's been a long time. I think both these groups are very different. But it doesn't matter who's on the floor. You have to have the same approach. You know, whether Sengun's in or out or KD's in and out, this is a very good team. They're top in the standings. They're one of the above 500 teams, and you got to continue to trend in the direction that you want to trend before playoffs happens.
They are 41-25. Lakers 17-20 versus said teams, and 8-1 in their last 9. He's already the NBA's all-time leader in points. Back on Access Sportsnet Lakers, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic delivered down the stretch for the Lakers in Saturday's win. It was an overtime thriller versus the Nuggets. Austin with the clutch rebound and put back off his own miss, and Luka calling game with a baseline fadeaway in the final moments of overtime. 30, 11, and 13 for Luka, 32, 7, and 6 for Austin. This is what the organization really envisioned when thinking about keeping the two together for the future. Big Game, I'll start with you, and they're coming off 3 straight great outings. The key is to keep these elite performances clicking at that high level.
Yeah. To have 2 people that handle the ball like they do on the floor at the same time. So when Luka gives it up to Austin Reeves, you're still getting the same production and the same type of, you know, efficiency. And that's rare. It's almost like having like 2 amazing point guards on the floor at the same time. Both get to the free throw line, both shoot the 3, both throw the lobs, both are great assist guys. I mean, Austin, that behind the back pass to Ayton for the dunk, I mean, he has eyes in the back of his head too. So yeah, I think the coaching staff, they figured it out. They figured out the blend that with LeBron as well. Yeah, I think it's showing. The results are showing.
I mean, this is what the people want, not just the organization, right? This is what we want to see. It's what we came to see. And these guys have to be the best players on the floor. Austin has to be the number 2 in order for this team to be in contention and successful. As great as LeBron is, we can't ask him night in, night out to be number 1 or number 2. Like, he's okay being, you know, that defer, like, I wouldn't say role player. It's kind of crazy to say LeBron James is a role player. But, you know, the third, you know, option, and him falling, taking a seat back and letting Austin and Luka work. So Austin just has to, you know, take the reins and just embrace it and continue to show up night in, night out. And if he does that, this team has a chance to do something special. I'm
going to come back to you on that just from a simple standpoint of what is the next step that you need to see over these final 15 games from the 2 of them? Is it just simply consistency?
Yes. And I mean, again, I've seen some consistency during the regular season last year. Yeah. And with Austin, the biggest thing with Austin is he has to show it in the playoffs. That's the only thing that I need to see.
Yeah. The best players, you know, on the team, you know, their responsibility. Like I played with 2, Kareem and Magic. You can, you know, Stockton, whoever. You can go all the way up to your era and your teams, like, you know, Kobe. And their job also is to kind of make sure the other guys they're not be responsible for them, but also when you're handling the ball, like Rob said, give them some sugar every now and then. Make sure you get some touches, not for them to score, but to make them better too. Because, you know, Luka can get his anytime he wants to. Austin Reeves can create. So, I mean, you're not responsible for them, but if you can drop a dime here and there, a lob, you know what I mean?
You are responsible. You gotta let Rui, let DeAndre Ayton get like a feel, Luke Kennard, like let those guys get a little bit of a feel so that they feel involved. So, big responsibility. It
certainly helps when Luka Doncic is playing the way that he is, obviously coming off of the Western Conference Player of the Week that he has just been named. Safe to say, Danny, that he is peaking at the right time, giving this squad exactly what they need.
Yeah, I mean, he's been peaking all season for me. I mean, leading the league in scoring, I don't think he's ever dropped below 1, maybe 2 first. I don't even think he went to 2. So all season long, he's been doing it at a high level. Obviously, look at that week, 37 points. 43 from 3, that's a big jump. That's why his numbers that high. When he's hitting threes, he's pretty much unstoppable. But he's been the most consistent guy when he's on the floor for the Lakers. And, you know, and obviously Jake LaRavia has been probably the most healthiest. But they need Austin to be like that as well. Like, start the season, Austin was 28 a game. It dropped down to 15 to 16 when he got back from injury, and maybe went up to 21. But if he continues to trend upward, it only makes the game easier for guys like Luka and Bron and everybody else around them. But Luka said he's been unbelievable all year round, and there's a reason why he's in MVP conversations. And this team now is giving him a chance to actually win the MVP if they're a top 3 in the Western Conference.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember some of the, I don't know what it is now, but some of the GMs back in the day used to say, you really don't peak until you're 28, 29, 30. Those are your peak years. So if that's true, we haven't even we haven't seen his best. But I think, right now we're seeing some great basketball. And it's true, the older you get, like LeBron, the older you get, the more experience you get, like all of us who have played this game. But when you have this type of talent, just imagine, what's to come. Or maybe this is it. I don't know if he can. If he can play any better, my goodness.
Yeah.
But the experience that he's going to gain is just going to make him a better team player, better one-on-one player, just overall champion.
Is he 27?
Yeah, just turned 27.
Yeah. So he's still got some time to peak their big game. But yeah, he's unbelievable. If he gets any better than this, the league's in a lot of trouble.
I do have a follow-up, but finally, we've been waiting on our guy. We're going to head out to Houston and check in with Mike Trudell, Lakers reporter, who is joining us from the Toyota Center. Hello, Mike.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Texas. So, look, a lot of excellent and positive vibes from the Lakers coming off of that homestand, and certainly the crazy win against Denver, which had just about anything you could want in a basketball game. Now, how do the Lakers transition to playing really good basketball on the road as well? How do they take that defense that they played that was so good against the Knicks, the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets and apply that to tonight's game against Houston? So that's where we started with J.J. Redick, and then he gets a little bit more into the matchup with one significant absence, no Alperen Şengün, which means Clint Capella will be starting at the 5. So here's JJ on those topics, plus a little touching on Luka Doncic as well.
There's a few things that were really good. We're playing hard right now. Our defense has been better, and I've talked, throughout the last week or so about kind of what those areas are, whether that's having a better low man, being better with our containment on the ball, being better when we do have closeouts, and I do think the other part of this is, there's whether it's, DA or, Smart, LeBron, AR, Luka, just kind of going down the line. Guys are starring in the roles that this team needs for us to be successful.
Luka said that Capella's going to start. I'm thinking with Şengün out, imagine that's a decently large shift just between how they play with one or the other. How does that, on a short notice, how does that impact game plan, if at all?
Well, it takes away the Şengün ISOs and the Şengün post-ups, which, certainly we touched on this morning and spent a good amount of time on about what our coverages were going to be. But I don't think it changes their identity. And they came into our building on Christmas and they just punked us. And, we that's how they play. That's how they coach. Like we have to be physically and mentally tough tonight.
So a few nights ago that you feel like Luka's playing as well as anyone in the NBA right now, but it's been under-discussed or not discussed enough. Why do you feel that is?
I'm not sure. I was looking at it the other day. Thought he had for him, by his standards, had a 3-week stretch where he didn't play really good basketball. Coming back from Slovenia through the holidays, and that also coincided with AR getting hurt and us, after a hot start, losing some games, and maybe we and him just got written off. But he's been great for 2.5 months, and he's the engine for us, and we wouldn't be in the position we're in without his playmaking, his leadership. His defense, he's doing it everything for us.
All right, guys, so there's J.J. Redick, and just one thing to think about with Houston. Obviously, Kevin Durant is the focal point of their offense, but it's tough to prevent him from getting the shots that he's so good at in the mid-range over the top of the defense. What they can't allow is for Amen Thompson to go for 26 points like he did in that Christmas Day game, just using that athleticism, getting behind the defense, or letting Reed Shepherd have open looks from 3 on the outside. So you don't have to worry about Şengün's offense with him out of the game, but have to make sure that nobody besides Durant is able to get those kind of looks. Because look, KD's going to get what he gets, but got to make sure to shut off everybody else.
Mike Trudell, all over it as always. We'll talk to you coming up later in the show. Thanks so much. Heading to break. Marcus Smart was a team high +16 last game and a +98 in his last 8. Lakers put their 5-game win streak on the line tonight against Houston Rockets. Plus, it marks a showdown between 2 of the game's